Hey guys, another great day. Gotta do some work today. Show you in a second here. It's wonderfully balmy again. There's the current temperatures. You can see we're sitting at about 5 degrees in the shop. It's a little on the chilly side. You can see not much movement over here. It's been cold and snowy, so it doesn't allow me to really do a lot of work. You can see just how much snow we've gotten in the last little while. So it makes working on the shop a little problematic at times. But that's no problem. We'll still do some work. Today we got this. We have got a very seriously dirty workbench that needs to be cleaned. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to clean this workbench first, so that we can actually do some work today, because a dirty workbench makes things very, very difficult to work on. So let's get started. We'll wave our fingers, clap our hands, and this will be, voila, bench is clean. I can do some work. What are we working on, you ask? A couple of things. One, working on removal of the AC. When I bought the Jeep, I was told the AC blows nice and cold. Works real good. So I bought the Jeep, drove down the road. It's like, wonder how well that AC works. So I turned it on, driving down the road, and something didn't seem right. Something was not cold. Something didn't engage. I don't know. It wasn't working as it should have. So I started coming home. I took a look, started doing some work, and I saw this. What is that, you ask? Those are the hard lines that run to the AC condenser. Yeah, it doesn't work in this. So to save some room and some time, I'm just going to pull it all out, get it all cleared out, taken care of. So for now, there won't be any AC. I will have to fix that because it will get hot here in the summer. And my dog will greatly appreciate it. Another thing we're working on today, aside from the AC, we're going to put on our valve cover. Consists of two parts. You got the valve cover gasket, and you got the valve cover grommets. Now the grommets are for the valve cover itself. So the valve cover and I'm very ashamed to say just how gross and dirty this is, so it will get a bit of a cleaning before I put it back on. So when you look at the valve cover, it has these little rubber, I'm going to assume that they're to prevent the valve cover from being tightened down too much. And then on the other side, it has these little washers, and those washers have the rubber grommets underneath, and it helps it from staying clean and being leak proof. So what we do is we're going to be changing that all out. Before we do that, we're going to clean this valve cover. So to do this, you want to get yourself a flathead screwdriver. Once you have your screwdriver, you can then just pry these up. That's the little washer. You can clean those up when you're done. And then you can just push and pry out the rubber grommet. You'll want to replace the rubber grommets. Don't lose the metal washers, because you'll need to get those back. So just go around and pull them all out. So one of the best things that has ever been recommended to me for cleaning oily, gross deposits off anything is kerosene oil. Now, you can pick this up just about anywhere. This stuff will cut through grease and dirt so quick that you wonder why you've never used it before. And all you do is you just use a rag and you just wipe it down. Once I have my valve cover clean, I'll come back and we'll finish up with the rest of this. So when you're all finished with everything, you're going to have 15 of these little rubber grommets, which are placed inside the valve cover. And then you'll have 15 of your little metal washers, which will go inside the rubber grommets. So all you got to do is you take one of your rubber grommets, make sure the hole's nice and clean. Push the grommet through and push your metal piece through, and that'll lock the grommet in. Continue that for all 15 and your valve cover will be finished and ready to go back on the vehicle. So now we're going to get the valve cover ready, get the grommets installed, get the rings installed, and get it ready to be put back on the vehicle. I already put one in just to make sure everything was okay. Everything worked out fine. So we just push in our rubber pieces. It's a little cold in my shop, so they don't go in very well. But once you put in the metal piece, they'll lock in place with no worries. You can see when they go through that they have a little tab on them. All of them inserted, all ready to go. It's going to take a few minutes here. I'm going to take you back over, set you up by the Jeep. Once we do that, we'll continue on. All right, so we're back. I'm going to put the valve cover on. Got the valve cover gasket set aside. Got the nuts and bolts ready. So we're going to start with putting on the valve cover gasket. Valve cover gasket can only go on in a very specific way. It can't go on in a different way because it's got two holes here which line up with the two studs that are on the cylinder head bolts. So if you just stick that in, she'll just fall into place, line up with the stud, and it's not going anywhere. Just sits there and not an issue. Follow that by putting on your valve cover. And before you do all of this, you want to make sure that all your surfaces are nice and clean. And from there, you just put your bolts in. And there you go, valve cover's installed, ready to go. Now, because I did this in the cold, once I get this thing running and started, I'm going to just keep an eye on it for leaks. Usually when things are cold, they don't seal as well. So you'll just want to make sure to go back over it once you have this, have it running and going again. Heater's on. It's going to be a little loud, but it's getting cold, so I need some heat. So I just want to say, I am removing some AC components from my system. Please, if you're going to do this, make sure that you check to ensure that there's no AC refrigerant inside the system. You can check this by using this little valve right here. You unscrew the cap, push on the starter valve. If there's refrigerant in there, you'll hear it hiss out. If you're going to do this, take it in and get it drained. It is not good for the environment. Use the blue one, put it on the back side, and it comes in through this way, not that way. Throw a little bit of anti-seize on these just to make sure that they don't become a problem down the road. It's always a good idea when you're bolting into dissimilar metals. AC compressor taken out, lines taken off, pulley put on. Now the purpose of this is just so that when the compressor's taken off, it just takes up it just puts that pulley back in that's there so that it will still function and the belt will still properly operate for this unit. So once again, thanks for watching. Hope you liked the video. Comment below, like if you like, and subscribe if you want to see more. I don't know how often I can upload videos, just like I said, it is cold, so I do it as I can. It's been fairly warm today, so it gave me some time to do some work. Still got a couple more things to do, but we're making headway, and hopefully we can get this thing done sooner and get it running. Till next time, thanks guys, see you later.